Namaskar and welcome to the program. Chess is a beautiful sport, and I'm sure each one of us would have played chess in our home, at our offices. But do you know that the game of chess originated in India as Chaturanga? And what a proud moment it was for India when the 44th edition of the FIDE Chess Olympiad was hosted by India. My name is Amit Arora, and to help us understand as to what were the outcomes of the Chess Olympiad, I'm joined by Tanisha Boramanikar, who's the sub junior, that's the under 16 national chess champion. Tanisha, thank you very much for joining us.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So, just 3, 4 months back, it was Russia that was supposed to host the 44th edition of Chess Olympiad. And with that invasion into Ukraine meant that India got the opportunity to host the games. How big is this moment for India?
Uh, I think it's a very big moment. It was the very first time that India hosted such a big chess event, and that too in a very short span of time, just 3 months. And India did all it could. It promoted it in a very big way. The torch relay was held for the first time ever in the Olympiad. The torch relay went over 75 cities. Every strong GM and player of the country hosted it. It was inaugurated by the Prime Minister himself. The All India Chess Federation, the government, everybody promoted it in such a big way, and everybody knows about chess now. Everybody knows that Chess Olympiad is being held in India, in Chennai, and the players have become superstars, just like cricketers. In maybe not that big, but they will surely become. And the even the medal winning is such a big thing. It is a historic medal for India. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think this has been a tournament of many firsts for India. Like you said, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the first Chess Olympiad torch in June at Indira Gandhi National Stadium in Delhi. So that was the first of its kind. And the best part that the chess lovers would be very happy to know is that it's a biennial event. Every 2 years, Chess Olympiad happens. No matter which country hosts from now on, Tanisha, the torch will always start from India.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that's quite an accomplishment. So let's talk about the mascot, Thambi. And Thambi is a chess knight dressed in a Tamil attire, welcoming everyone. And this time, another first was that the 44th edition of the FIDE Chess Olympiad saw maximum participation.
So this edition was it recorded the highest participation in women as well as in open. Around 200 countries in both the sections took part in this event. Every strong player from the world champion himself participated, and it was a very big event with so many strong players. Even the age groups, like the strong youngest player in the women's section was an 8-year old girl.
8-year-old Randa Sedar from Palestine, just 8 years.
Yeah. So it tells us that how diverse this event can be. From the world champion himself is playing to an unrated player uh, from an 8-year-old girl to a 78-year-old woman. So everybody is taking part in such a massive event. Yeah.
What does it mean, Tanisha, when you've got Magnus Carlsen, the Magnus Carlsen, world champion from Norway, right here in India?
Absolutely, he's an icon today. He's the best. Everybody loves him, and everybody wants to be like Magnus Carlsen. His playing style, his attitude, and he's just the best. And even having him around, even seeing him is a big inspiration. So he has come to India after the World Championship when he became the world champion for the first time. He came in 2013, and he came now after for playing a classical event. So it's a very big thing, and it is a big motivation and inspiration for the Indian youth as well.
Right. But while Magnus Carlsen does well, what about his country, Norway? They don't end up winning those medals, right?
Yeah, so I mean they have a good team. They were the third seeds, but unfortunately they could not do well here. But I mean new players are coming from Norway as well. though not as big as him, but they surely will do well.
Okay. So tell us more about the chess board. Tell us more about the Swiss format and the fact that we had 11 rounds at the Chess Olympiad.
So a chess board is an 8 by 8 board where there are total of 64 squares, as we can see, 8 vertical files and 8 horizontal ranks. There are pair of rooks, 2 knights, 2 bishops, 1 king and 1 queen, and there are 8 pawns each. As we can see, the chess clock is placed. It is always placed on the right side of the chessboard. So as we can see, this is a team setup, team arrangement. There are alternatively white and black pieces put, but the chess clock faces uh, 2 different sides. So it starts from white side. So after white plays its first move, he or she presses the clock, and it is placed on the right side of black. The Swiss format is actually a format where the stronger team plays stronger team. It is not a knockout event. Everybody plays all the rounds, nor it is a round robin where everybody plays everybody. It is like the winners play winners, the losers play losers, and the people who have the same point play each other.
Interesting, you mentioned while explaining the chess board that the clock is always on the right side. Any specific reason? And do you think the right hand person then stands an advantage?
It is right side of the black pieces. So I mean, there is no specific reason, but like the white side has the first move, so the black side gets to have the clock at the right side, more convenient. So that's
Okay. So let's talk about India's participation. Usually you would have one team from one country, but that wasn't the case because India was hosting. So we had 3 teams in open section, India A, India B, India C, and the 3 teams in the women's section.
Yeah. So, as you said, because this event was being held in India, we had 3 teams each instead of 1. And the India A team was the strongest. It had the strongest players in both the sections. They were the highest rated players in the country. But even the B and C teams did really well. It was a great opportunity for youngsters of the country to have such a big exposure.
The winners of the women's section, Ukraine won the gold, Georgia silver, and India A team winning the bronze.
So actually, India A team was leading the event till the 10th round. The 11th round was a big shock. It was a big shock to everybody because India lost its game against USA. USA made a comeback. So Ukraine won the gold medal and Georgia won the silver medal, and India had to settle for the bronze. But even this victory was actually history. It made history because it was the first ever medal that Indian women had got in the Olympiad. So yeah.
Okay, and let's also share the names of the team members who got us the historic bronze as far as the women's section is concerned. So you've got Grandmaster Koneru Hampi, Grandmaster D. Harika, who was well into her 8th month of pregnancy. And then we had Vaishali R, Tania Sachdev, and Bhakti Kulkarni. Tell us more about this team.
So, as everybody knows, Koneru Hampi, she is a legendary player. Everybody knows about Koneru Hampi. She's the first grandmaster from India and the highest rated player in women. D. Harika is also the second grandmaster. She's also extremely strong. Then Vaishali R, she's a young player. She is the sister of Pragnananda R, who beat the world champion twice. Then we have Bhakti. Yeah. Then we have Tania Sachdev and Bhakti Kulkarni, who are also very strong, and everybody did really well in this team.
So given that Raksha Bandhan is also around the corner, are you saying that brothers and sisters cannot fight just physically, they can fight on the chessboard also?
Yeah, definitely.
So when we have India A, India B, India C, is it the top 5 in India A would be the strongest compared to India B, and then India B will be stronger team than India C?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So like in cricket, all of us know how to read a scorecard. let me now put the scorecard of the chess players and help us understand uh, how do we read this.
Okay, so this is the team composition of Ukraine who won the gold medal. They have 5 players, 3 of which are grandmasters. Maria Muzichuk, she is a former world champion, women's world champion. Then Anna Muzichuk, actually Maria Muzichuk and Anna Muzichuk are sisters. So they are the top 2 players of the country. Then Anna Oshanina, who is also a former world champion. Then I am Buksa Natalia and Usma Gulia. Right below them, we have the individual scores of all the players. So as we can see, for Maria Muzichuk, she played all the 11 games and she scored. She lost the first game, then she won the next. She drew the next, then won. So 1 point means for win, 0 means for loss, and half is a draw. So she drew 6 games. She won 3 and she lost 1. Then below her, we can see her sister Anna Muzichuk, her score, and followed by the other players.
So at what stage can a player opt for a draw?
It actually varies from tournament. Some tournaments have a rule that you cannot have an agreed draw before 30 or 40 moves. Or some tournaments don't have that. Some can to offer a draw. Some tournaments have a rule that you cannot offer a draw before 30 moves or 40 moves or whatever. Otherwise, you can offer whenever you want.
And did we have any player in the women's section who won all 11 rounds?
No, actually, there was a player from Poland. Who won the first 9 games. She drew the 10th one and she lost the 11th one. But she was on the outer score. And Gukesh in the open section, he won the first 8 games. And yeah, but nobody won 11 on 11.
Okay. And apart from the team medals, we also had the winners in the individual board category. So help us understand this chart.
So a board medal means some teams are not that strong, but their players are strong. 1 or 2 players are strong. So if they perform well, like if my team is not very strong, but I win all the games, I'm going to get a board prize. So these are the board prize winners who did well in every round, but their team did not do well. So on board 1, we have Pia Kramling, Eileen Roberts and Zahansai Abdulmalik. On 2, we have Georgia, Ukraine and Azerbaijan. And on in all, we have 3 Indians who won board medals. Vaishali R from India Team A, who won the board 3 medal, bronze. India A player Tanya Sajde, who won the bronze medal on board 4. And Divya Deshmukh was from the India B team. She won the bronze medal on board 5.
Right. And the rating points are the ELO rating. Like, for example, Vaishali R of India is having the ELO rating of 2,452. And as we see the prefix, so it says GM for Pia Kramling. And then we have nothing for Eileen. And then we also see WGM. And we've got WIM, IM for Vaishali. Help the viewers understand these titles.
Okay, so GM means a Grandmaster, which is the highest title in chess. WGM is the Women Grandmaster, which is for women. IM is International Masters. It is the second highest in chess. And then we have WIM. Nobody here is WM, but WM is Women International Master. And the ratings we see, actually, these are performance ratings. It means the ratings are based on the performance in this tournament. These are not their actual ratings. These are performance ratings in this event.
And we've got WIM here on board 3, the Olivia Kiolbasa that you were mentioning. Is that the person, WIM?
Yeah, right. She scored 9.5 points out of 11, which is phenomenal. So there are different criteria for getting these titles. So basically depends on the performance. So let's say if I have a rating of 2200, and if I get 3 norms according to the performance, I get a WIM title. If I get 2300, I get a WGM title. If I perform at a 2400 level, if I have reached 2400, I get a IM title, and then for 2500 I get GM title. So even women can have those titles. Like we have 2 women players, Humpy and Harika, who have got the GM title.
Okay, and your ELO rating currently is 1720, is it?
Yeah, it's 1780.
1780. So what is Tanisha's next step in terms of this prefix?
Yeah, I want to become a WIM soon.
Okay, and what rating will get you there?
2200.
So then it will be Women's International Masters, Tanisha Boramanikar. Okay, very nice. Thank you for sharing all these insights. Help us understand the India B team now in the women's section.
So India B team had a fine mix of young talent and experienced players like Vantika Agrawal and Divya Deshmukh. They are very young, below 20 years. And Soumya Swaminathan, Mary Ann Gomes, Padmini Raut are very experienced players. They've played many Olympiads, so they had a fine mix. Vantika Agrawal performed really well. She got her IM norm as well. She played all the games on the 11 rounds on the top board. Then Divya Deshmukh also played well. She got a individual board prize as well. And all 3 players, I think they played fine.
Okay, and a quick word also on India C team, women's section.
So all the players here were making their Olympiad debut. They got a great opportunity for playing. I think except Isha Karwade, everybody, it was their very first time in the Olympiad, and Sahiti Varshini and Vishwa Vasnawala, they are very young, 15, 16-year-old. Even Nandita and Pratyusha Boda, they were playing their first Olympiad. And Nandita played really well. Vishwa Vasnawala did not lose any game. I think everybody performed well.
Right. So before we talk about the open section, viewers would certainly like to know about Vishwanathan Anand, because in India you talk about chess and the first recall is Vishwanathan Anand. So Anand was not playing in the Chess Olympiad, but he was the mentor for all the teams.
Yeah. So Anand stepped down to give opportunity to youngsters. Basically, he has played so many Olympiads, and he's like an icon for India. I mean, Indian chess means Vishwanathan Anand. He's the world champion. He's the first grandmaster, and he, even at this age, he's playing really active and really well. He's beating all the top guys. So, I mean, even having him as mentor, these players had a great opportunity to learn so much from him. So it was a very big thing to have him.
Absolutely. And of course, we wish him well in his new role of being a deputy president with the International Chess Federation, FIDE. But let's talk about the competition one saw in the open section and the medal winners. Uzbekistan winning the gold.
So Uzbekistan team was also it had a lot of youngsters. I believe 3 or 4 were below the age of 20. They played really, really well. They did not lose any game in this tournament, and everybody just did really well. Armenia also, they played absolutely amazing chess, and India B, of course, they just did really well. Yeah.
Right. Of course, we write India getting the bronze, but we have to be specific. It's India B, but you're saying it is quite a surprise because India A would be the top 5 for us, and not many would have thought that India B would actually climb the ladder and get the bronze.
Yeah. So India B had all these young players. All of them were really in a great form, and everybody wanted to fight it out. Like if you see, there were very few short draws these players made. So everybody wanted to fight out, and that's what worked really well for them. They they did really well, yeah.
So
And everybody, even after losing, they bounced back. Like Pragnananda, he lost one game and then he bounced back. He won 2 consecutive games. Ronak Sadhwani, he delivered very important victories against USA and in the last game. So, yeah.
And like you said, D. Gukesh won 8 on 8 initially.
Yeah, his performance was unbelievable. He's now the second. He's currently the second best player in India. He crossed Hari Krishna and Vidit Gujarati as well. He did really well, and beating Fabiano Caruana and Shiro and all these great players is a very big achievement.
Yes. But what happened to America? Because America in the open section did start as the favorite.
Yeah, America was the favorite. Like there was no really doubt about who was winning the gold. Everybody was like, America is going to win.
Yes.
But their players were not in good form, and it was surprising for them to not win.
Okay, a quick word on the India A team that comprised Vidit Gujarati, P. Hari Krishna, Arjun Erigesi, S.L. Narayanan, and K. Sasikaran. All grandmasters?
Yes, yeah. So Vidit Gujarati is the third best player in India. Then we have Hari Krishna. Arjun Erigesi is also a very young player, and he has crossed 2,700 in this tournament, and he is also in a great form. And then S.L. Narayanan is also young. Sasikiran has a great experience of Olympiad. So Vidit, Hari Krishna, and Sasikiran, they have like a good experience of playing the Olympiads, and Arjun Erigesi and I believe S.L. Narayanan, they were making their debut, and I think they played decently.
Okay, and India's C team in the open category?
So India's C team also is very strong. Even being C, it was extremely strong. It had Surya Shekhar Ganguly, who was one of the main helpers of Anand during his World Championships. He has helped Anand in 1 or 2 World Championships, and then we have Sethu Raman, who is also very strong GM. Abhijit Gupta, who is the Commonwealth winner for many times. Karthikeyan Murli is also very strong, and Abhimanyu Puranik, who is the silver medalist of World Junior.
Help us understand the board winners in the open section.
So the open section is like very strong. As you can see on board 1, Gukesh won the gold medal. Nodirbek Abdul Sattar, who actually bet Gukesh, he won the silver medal. And Magnus Carlsen won the bronze medal. So from this you can see how strong this event was. The world champion is winning the bronze medal, so it is not an ordinary thing. Then on board 2 we have Nihal Sarin winning the gold medal. And on board 3 we have Arjun Erigesi as well as Pragnananda. So 2 Indians winning the medals in the same category. And so these are their performance ratings. So as we can see, Magnus Carlsen has performed at a rating of 2803, but his rating is around 2863, I guess. So These are performance ratings based on their performances. Yeah.
But we can safely say that for the first time ever, India has won its highest number of individual medals. Those are the board prizes in a single Olympiad. And we got a bronze both in the open section team and women's section team. That's brilliant. And on board 1, Gukesh D getting the gold ahead of Magnus Carlsen. I think that must be such a high for young Gukesh. Yes.
Like being higher than the world champion himself is it's a dream.
So tell us more about your dream. You passed out 10th with flying colors, 98%, but you are also a chess player. So how do you balance both, and how do you see chess as a professional career?
Chess, like I want to become a WIM soon. As I said, I want to increase my rating as soon as possible. Then I want to aim for higher titles. And chess as a career, actually earlier it was not very stable. Like there were not many sponsors, only like players like Vishwanathan Anand, and everybody knew them. They only had a stable career. But now more sponsors are stepping, more people are taking interest. So it is becoming a very popular sport now. And like the latest news is uh, both the Tamil Nadu government has announced a cash prize of 1 crore rupees for both the teams, which is a very big thing. I mean, for chess, such a huge amount of money is like it is. This will help take. This will help more players to take it up as a sport, as a professional sport.
And one other interesting thing that happened just a couple of days back, as India celebrates 75 years of independence, and we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we got our 75th Grandmaster.
Yeah. So the 75th Grandmaster was Pranav V. He's also from Tamil Nadu. I believe he's the 27th Grandmaster from Tamil Nadu itself. He's also very young, just 15, 16 years old. He's the national sub-junior gold silver medalist this year. So I mean, it's a big thing, and all of these youngsters are performing really well, and everybody is in great form.
So like you said, 27 Grandmaster out of 75, that's a whopping 36-37% Grandmasters coming from the coastal state of Tamil Nadu. What is it about Chennai and Tamil Nadu that it produces so many chess wizards?
I think from the very beginning, it had a great chess culture. I believe in Chennai, the FIDE president had set up a chess club, Tal Chess Club, where it all started. The local players started to take up chess, and after Vishwanathan Anand, it became really popular there. Even before Anand, the first international master from India is also from Tamil Nadu, Manuel Iron.
When Prime Minister Modi was attending the inaugural ceremony of the Chess Olympiad, he did mention Chennai and Tamil Nadu as the powerhouse of chess.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Even players from other states, they shift to Chennai to have a better career, to have better coaches. And even the Velamal Vidyalaya, there is very famous to support chess. The students who are playing chess, they don't have to attend school and they can completely focus on chess.
So you come from Aurangabad, Maharashtra. What's the chess culture there?
No, close to nothing. There were no clubs and very few good players. Hardly 1 or 2 tournaments are held in a year. So there's no chess culture here, to be honest.
So what kind of support does a young chess player like you want, say, from the school, from your family, friends, society, government? What support do you require?
First of all, from the family and the school, let's say from the school, we need holidays, we need leaves for playing tournaments, and even before the tournaments, we need to prepare for 1 or 2 months. So we need that support from the family, of course, financially, emotionally, mentally, everything. It's very important to be in that shape. Then from the government and everything, we need financial support, and it is very important because a sport like chess is actually quite expensive. Traveling to tournaments, the coaching expenses, and it's quite expensive. So more sponsorships are needed, I think.
But do you think that now that India has successfully hosted the Chess Olympiad and we won bronze in open and women's section, do you think from here we would see accelerated pace of the game becoming popular?
Yeah, definitely. I think more people will take it up seriously because nobody knew chess before. It was just a sport before with players like Vishwanathan Anand who are doing well. But now new names are coming up like Gukesh, Pragnananda, everybody is doing so well. So as new players are coming, I hope new sponsorships, new opportunities will come up as well.
Right. And one last question. Where is Tanisha headed from here? What tournaments are you going to play next couple of months?
I'm going to play the World Youth Chess Championships, which are going to be held in Romania. There are many strong players there. From India itself, we have Divya Deshmukh, Pranav V, who is the 75th Grandmaster, and then I'm going to play the Asian Youth Chess Championships, which are going to be held in Indonesia. So for now, I'm focusing on these two events.
Okay, so all the best to you, Tanisha, and thank you so much for speaking with us and helping us understand the sport of chess in an easy manner. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.